Hello, beautiful people. It's you, Tree, and me here today. We're just at the big September. So we've got a little bit of sun and rain today, and I'm really, really happy to be with this beautiful being. So you trees are masters of changes and the cycles of life and death. We know in folklore that they are calling in the souls of babies down from the spirit world and helping to deliver souls back to the spirit world. So they're a life and death tree, and of course quite quite poisonous to eat the berries. And today I'm just hanging with this beautiful being, and she wants to talk about changes and how what she's kind of conveying to me is that we in our culture are not used to changes in the way that they need to happen in the world. So the trees are used to the season changing. There's a huge difference between summer and winter for many trees and many plants and many animals, and also many beings in the fairy realm. Summer, a different season, summer and winter are different places, and different beings live in these different places. So that's how different it is. And in the old times, human societies, tribes listened to that cycle, and they were very much aware of the big changes that are happening throughout the seasons, and the big changes that are happening with the land, and how that mirrors in our own psyche and in our own metabolism, in our own physical bodies, and in our society and culture. And so they were working a lot with mediating this change, these big changes to the tribe in the form of seasonal ceremonies that are all about death and rebirth, helping us release the old and come up with a new, helping us do that change, because our systems want stability. Our systems also want continuity, and it's difficult for our psyche to deal with swift and sudden changes. And so the whole culture was built around mediating these changes and working with them and accepting them, instead of trying to pretend there are no changes and trying to hold on to pretend stability and stagnation. And so another example is coming of age rituals. We helped young people transfer or transform themselves into adults, and we helped young families welcome babies to their family and do that really huge change from being a person to being a parent. All this was happening in the culture, and this beautiful being, she also wants to say that now we are faced with global changes. And these are changes that are not on a yearly cycle, they're on a global cosmic cycle. And she acknowledges those. And she knows that they mean, sorry, there's a lot of traffic. So she knows that these changes mean that there's going to be uncomfortableness, that things are going to be different, that things can be very different, that there is going to be destruction involved in this change. There's going to be death and rebirth. And she's, in a way, showing me how she is prepared for that. She has a very stable yet very flexible energy. She knows changes are coming. She's very calm about that idea. She's not scared of it. There's no fear. There's a lot of acceptance of even the destruction of her own self. So this is a being who's already been chopped down, and I don't know if you can see, growing out of like a, yeah, there's a, so this is the rest of her here, and you can see that she's been chopped down and she's regrowing now. And so she's still growing the way she wants to grow. She's following her own soul pattern despite being chopped down and changed by outside circumstances. And I think this is the message she wants to help us remember, that no matter the outside circumstances, yes, there's going to be change. Yes, there is going to be change. And yet we can grow. And yet we can grow and produce our fruit, maybe in a different way than we intended, maybe in a different form. Can you hear the magpies behind me? So they're saying, believe in magic. Believe that these fruit can come through, even if it's not in the way that you thought they would. Trust. Have faith. Keep growing to your own soul pattern. We can do this. We can do this. Sending lots and lots of love from Avalon.